There's some drama and something fishy going on up in Buffalo. We're going to talk about it today. What's going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today we're going to get into Stefon Diggs and some drama going on upstate in Buffalo, New York. Before we get started, Matt O'Leary NY on socials. And don't forget the Talking Jets panel every Tuesday. New episode tonight. So star wide receiver Stefon Diggs was not at the facility for mini camp today, and some drama ensued. In fact, the coach, Sean McDermott, said, quote, he was very concerned about Stefon Diggs not being there.
Steph is not here. Everybody else is here at the current time.
How concerned are you about that?
Oh, very concerned. Yeah, very concerned.
Now, here's the interesting part. His agent, Diggs' agent that is, said that he's been in Buffalo since yesterday morning. He took his physical, met with the head coach and the GM the past 2 days, and the Pro Bowl wide receiver, quote, will be there for the entirety of minicamp. Now, somewhere there is a disconnect because at a press conference today, not yesterday, not before any of this, today, a few hours ago, the head coach decided to use the word concerned to describe Stefon Diggs' situation. So obviously something is up. We don't know what it is. One side may be overblowing it more than the other. Maybe Diggs really isn't happy and he isn't there and the agent's trying to do damage control. I don't know why Buffalo, from their perspective, would want to put out anything other than things are fine and dandy. So that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. To me, this feels like agent damage control. Why the hell would McDermott come out and say that they are very concerned for no good reason at all? And maybe Diggs shows up tomorrow and everything is fine, but it's just weird. It's just a very weird scenario going up there in Buffalo, and it's not a contract dispute because the guy just got paid. In fact, this year he's making $24.415 million in 2023, including a $22.745 million signing bonus, which, again, that's a ton of money. It's basically you can't move that contract, so he has to be there. They're not going to cut him. They're not going to move on from him. They're in a go-for-it year and a go-for-it window. Of course. And ironically, the last time we saw Stefon Diggs was on the sideline in the Buffalo versus Cincinnati Bengals playoff game where he's yelling at Josh Allen. So is there something up? Is he not happy in Buffalo? I don't know why that would be the case. He's had a tremendous connection with Josh Allen and is one of the biggest reasons for, along with Brian Dable and among others, for Josh Allen's success at the NFL. Diggs completely changed Allen's trajectory in the NFL when he joined them in 2020. He's been a fantastic, phenomenal wide receiver for them over the last 3-4 seasons. He's been great. Why would he want to go? How many better circumstances are there than the Buffalo Bills? They're a team that is going for it, who's been in the playoffs every year since he's been there. They've won playoff games. Weird. I don't get it. And if, God forbid, for Buffalo, right? This is where the Jets and the AFC East and just the NFL in general comes into play. If for whatever reason this doesn't work out and Stefon Diggs is not playing in Buffalo, good Lord, the rest of that wide receiver room, not pretty. You have Gabe Davis, who is their number 2. He had over 800 yards last year. Probably better as a high-end number 3, but is an okay number 2 receiver. They have Deontay Hardy, who had just 2 catches in 4 games last year. He's pretty nice for the Saints a couple of years ago, but that's a little bit of a question mark. You have a 5th rounder in Justin Shorter, who you added. Trent Sherfield, who had 417 yards with Miami. Like, that wide receiver room gets thin real quick without Stefon Diggs. And to be fair, that happens with a lot of wide receiver rooms if you lose to number 1, but that's not really a huge strength on Buffalo. And if Diggs isn't there, then that just opens up the division even more so. They're not a lock to win the division, especially without Stefon Diggs. And sure, they have 2 really nice tight ends. You have Dalton Knox, and you bring in Kincaid as well in the NFL draft. They're going to have, or Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, sorry. They have a nice tight end room, but they also don't run the football. They have James Cook, and maybe they end up adding Dalvin Cook and bring that combo together. And they added Damian Harrison from the New England Patriots. But outside of with Josh Allen, Buffalo struggles to run the football. So are they just going to turn into a smash mouth 2 tight end team? I don't see that necessarily working either. So they better hope for their sake that this Stefon Diggs situation plays itself out and figures itself out, because without him, that's not good. That offense is going to look completely different. And who knows what is going on here? Because again, like I said, you're getting 2 different stories here. One is from the coach saying, it's a concern, I'm worried about Stefon Diggs. And the other, the agent, is saying that he's met with the coach. If he met with the coach, then why would the coach say that he's concerned? Doesn't make any sense. Sound off below. I'm Matt. I'll catch you next time.